So focusing on where your elbows are.
Okay.
Keeping the weight in your elbows. You said that your right elbow is lower.
Yes.
Okay. So go with your left shoulder, which is the one that is uncomfortable. And
it's the right shoulder that's uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry, the right shoulder that's uncomfortable. And that one's lower. Okay.
Yes.
So let's go with that one. And I'm going to do it on the same side as you, so I'll be reversed on the screen. So you're bringing your right shoulder up and letting the elbow hang.
Okay.
And bring it up to your ear as high as you can, as high as is comfortable. So you're staying within your comfort zone.
So it's not supposed to hurt?
No. You only go as far as is comfortable. Aha.
Okay, well, if we're doing that.
If we're doing that, it's a completely different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Then
I can bring it up all the way to here and there's no discomfort. So how far can you bring it up?
Yeah, hardly any at all. Yeah.
So just bring it up and then see if you can just let it go. So you're just letting it drop. Yeah.
Okay.
And then this time do half that effort and let it go. And then can you do half of that again? So bring it up becomes easier. And
it does become easier.
Yeah. And you're bringing it to the same height, but effectively with less effort.
That's true. It doesn't feel the same. It feels better. It feels easier. There's an easier range of motion.
Okay. And now let's have a go at doing a little circle with your shoulder. And is there any grinding or discomfort there?
Yeah, there's discomfort.
I can see your face scrunching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't go there. Don't go that far. No. That's the tendency. It's like, looking for it. Oh, yeah, it hurts there.
And go forward, but the going back, that's the...
the going back. Okay.
Ouchie part.
Going back is the ouchie part. Okay, so go back, but just 10%.
Okay.
And imagine that you have a paintbrush sticking out of your arm or your shoulder.
Okay.
And it's can reach the wall that's on your right-hand side.
Okay.
And you're going to draw a little circle. You don't need to come forward much. You just need to go effectively backwards a little bit and then back down again. And that's your circle.
Okay.
And what I'm noticing is you've almost twisted your body to the right. Your shoulders are not square on to the
you're right.
camera anymore. And that's what we do. When there's something that's painful in the body, we suddenly start compensating and going, oh, well, if I'm trying to turn that way and it hurts, then I'll move my whole torso. If you can't move your head, you then move your whole torso. And then that puts pressure on all the rest of the body. So all we need to do is just make it a lot smaller.
Okay.
And then have a rest. Yeah, there you go. That feeling of just letting go of your shoulder.
Yeah.
Now I can see you're wanting to explore. What is it that's leading you to want to lift and
want to like stretch out, and because I feel like I've been constrained, almost like I've had a band that's just been holding me down, and I want to let go. I want to move it, so I can move here, and I want to move this side as well.
Okay, we'll get to that. I was wondering whether you were testing for evidence of pain.
No.
No? Okay. Because that can be the thing. Oh, yeah, it's still there. You know, that the IMT, that I'm testing for the evidence. Okay, good. So
I want to test that, if anything, I want to test that it's gone.
You want to test that it's gone. Okay. We have a little more time and a little more patience before we get to that stage. We don't want to go too early, because otherwise what we do find is it's still hurting. And we go, well, of course, because you can't expect it to be fixed. It's like you've got a flat tire. You take the tire off and say, right, can it drive now? Well, no, you've got to put the new tire on first, and then you can test to see if it drives. So we tend to be very impatient with our body.
That would be me.
Okay. So there you go. You've learned to do little backward circles with your paintbrush sticking out on the side of your elbow. Now I'd like you to go with both sides and see if you can do the circles both at the same time. And do they feel equal?
Feels smoother on the left. It's more I guess it's smoother. It's more smoother's the only word that comes to mind.
Okay.
It feels sort of like in segments. The word isn't jarring. It's angular on
staccato?
the right hand. Kind of, yeah.
Okay. And you've got smooth, and would smooth be flow?
Yes.
Okay. So close your eyes. And I'd like you to go into your left shoulder and go into that feeling of flow and smoothness, and paint the wall with that feeling of smooth. And does your paint have a particular color that represents smooth?
Pink, like a light pink, like a cherry blossom pink.
Cherry blossom pink. Okay. And what animal might be the smoothest animal you can think of?
It's one of the big cats, that like lives somewhere. When I say cat, I mean like there's leopard, there's cheetah, those types of cats, but this one is a black cat. That's just
Puma.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Black cats are puma. Well, they're called cougars, I think, in America.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got a smooth big black cat. Except this one's not black, it's going to be pink.
Yes.
Oh, Pink Panther. There we go.
Oh.
That's what they're called, panthers.
Oh, Mom. That is so funny.
Okay. Smooth pink panther.
Yeah,
and
just gliding along very just fluid motions.
Fluid, yeah. Well, cats are. Now, you've got that image of your pink fluid panther. Soft. And I'd like you to copy that feeling. You know how to use a copy paste on a computer. So you copy the fluid, the pink, the panther, the soft, the flow of the paintbrush, and then just go to your right side and paste it and go, huh, let's have pink fluid flow panther. And what temperature is it?
It's a little bit warmer than body temperature.
Okay. A nice warm cat. And does it purr or does it roar?
It's not making any sound. It's like it's like sneaking up.
Sneaking up. Ah.
So it's very quiet.
Very quiet. Okay, we're gonna have a very quiet cat. And now how does your right shoulder feel?
Oops, I missed a word. And now
how does your right shoulder feel?
It's feeling better. I don't feel like right now in this moment, I'm not experiencing pain or heaviness.
Okay, that's what you're not experiencing. What I'd like to know is what you are experiencing instead.
My shoulder got cold. My shoulder is really cold. I don't know why, but it all of a sudden got very, very cold.
And is it warm again now?
No, it got, no, it's still cold.
Okay.
And it feels sort of cold within the joint. So on the left side, it was a little warmer than body temperature. And I copied and pasted and it started off warm and now it's cold.
It's cold. Okay. Well, maybe it just needs a little more heat, or maybe your body knows that what it's actually needing is to cool down because there's some inflammation there. Because pain is often associated with inflammation.
There you
go. In order for your body to heal, it does need heat. That's why there's inflammation. But if it gets excessive, it creates pain. So your body might have just gone, yep, heat is great, but we've got enough here. So let's cool it down so that it can match the other shoulder.
Okay.
I can't be sure because your body knows what it needs to do to get better.
Okay.
So we're just going to accept that for now, cold is okay as long as it's a comfortable cold.
Okay.
It's a comfortable cold rather than
I would like a sweater.
Okay. Well, if you need a sweater, then you can get a sweater. If you've got a blanket there that you can just wrap over the shoulder.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So that means you got
a lot better.
Okay. So maybe that's what your body was telling you. It needed to make you cold so that you could get a sweater on to produce that heat. Okay. So now I'd like you to explore your range of movement.
Okay.
And when you lift, let's start with the left side so you know what you're aiming for. And so you lift with your arm out straight and notice at 90 degrees how that feels and which muscles are contracting. So you should feel it just there in your deltoid. And how's that?
Comfortable.
Okay. And now, just the same as we did with the little circles, how does it feel if you use half that amount of effort to lift it?
I'm getting it.
Still on your left. Still on your left.
Oh, thank you. So just a little bit of effort. It's very easy.
Okay.
Very, very easy.
So take it all the way to 90 degrees.
Okay.
That's it. So you get to know exactly how much energy you need to put into that movement. And maybe you only need 10% of what you used the first time. So your hand is so light, it almost floats up all by itself.
Okay.
Does that feel different? To let it float up rather than the effort that you were putting into your muscles.
Yes.
Okay. So now you know that you only need a tiny bit of energy to get the momentum into your right arm to lift. So allow your right hand to be ever so light, maybe filled with helium, that it can just come up and only go as far as is comfortable. And bring it up to 90 degrees so you can feel your deltoid contracting if you can, but if not, just go as far as is comfortable. And then let it go back down again. And then
so what I'm doing is I'm going part way up until I like hit the limit on comfort, and then I'm dropping down, and then the next time I go up, I'm going up a little bit more.
Okay. And when you
image of the balloons.
Yeah. Helium balloons are great, aren't they? They're wonderful for lifting arms up. And when you come down, you can just cut the balloon and let gravity do its thing. And then you tie the balloons again. And then, whew, it just comes down. And now I'd like you to be like a bird and you open your wings.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at what I can do.
Look what you can do. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then you can come and bend your elbows and feel the weight of the elbows coming down as you come down. So you're going up and then your elbows just bend and come back down. So bend in your elbows when you come down so that the weight of your elbows just hang down. So you don't have to fight the resistance of the air coming down. It just sinks. Oh, yeah. Nice. Now, this feeling of noticing the weight of your elbows is something that you can do when you're driving. And I know you drive at least an hour every week.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of your arms being out here, they're just there. You've just turned your hands around.
Okay.
And guess what? You're holding a steering wheel. And then you can let them go. So when you've got the steering wheel to lay your hands on, your shoulders can come down because you've got the weight of your elbows hanging there. And it's just a little grip on the steering wheel just to keep it steady. You have nice straight roads in America, so it should be fairly easy to do that. You don't have to do a lot of this like we do in England, going around all these roundabouts and all these bends. So there you go. You can have a new shoulder practice of just hanging your shoulders on the steering wheel. hanging the elbows off the steering wheel. Now, because we've put the attention on the elbows, the reflex that we have when we think of our shoulders, because the trapezius muscle, which comes from the base of the neck all the way across the shoulders and down to the middle of the back, is fed by a cranial nerve. It's an emotional nerve. So it'll respond to any emotion that we have. And so the reflex is you think of your shoulders and they'll go like this. Even if it's down here, but it's still in contraction. And so we spend a lot of our time in this, effectively this position, but just down here. The muscles are still in contraction. Do you know your anatomy? Do you know the trapezius? Do you know what it looks like? Okay, let me show you. Yeah. So this is your trapezius muscle. It starts here at the very base of the neck. Actually on the cranium. It's not even part of the neck yet. It's still part of the head.
Okay.
It comes all the way down here, attaches on the top of the shoulder in the bone, comes right down here to the middle of the back. We tend to think of our shoulders just being this bit here, but actually it comes all the way down and then across the other side and back up again. Now this is your spine right here, and you tend to think of left and right, but actually it's all one part. It's just the tissue here is slightly different, but it's all connected. Okay. And then underneath, so this is fed by a cranial nerve. So this is the emotional muscle, and it will respond and it will contract. Underneath that, we have these rhomboids, and they help to bring the shoulders back into the spine. Otherwise, you'd have like chicken wings. Your shoulder blades would kind of stick out. And then there's this muscle here, which enables you to lift your shoulders. It's called Levator Scapula. It lifts your shoulder towards your ear. You can see it better here. See there. So we've taken those other layers off.
Mm-hmm.
And then this part is what actually deals with the actual shoulder joint. None of this stuff that I've shown you is necessarily connected to the shoulder joint. So it's important to figure out, is it going on the trapezius here? And it's all this stuff, which is where the nerves are coming out. Or is it here and your problem is in the actual ball and socket joint? In which case we're dealing with these muscles here. And yeah.
So ball and socket joint
is this
feels more like what's going on here. I don't have, say, neck pain or tight back. I'm not feeling that. I don't know if that means anything.
Ooh. No.
It's only here in this area at the joint that it's like speaking so loudly to me. So the ball and socket joint here on that, my neck isn't hurting, my back isn't hurting. It's just right in here that I feel.
So is it in the front or is it along the back on this side?
I feel it mostly in the front.
Okay, let's see what we've got on the front. Okay, so in the front, we have.
So do you see that? Yes, right where you are right there.
There.
That guy.
This guy. Okay. So to deal, oh, and of course, underneath this guy, we have this, which goes on around the back of the shoulder. So we've taken this lot off. And this comes right into the shoulder joint, but it goes behind. So that's the behind your shoulder blade. So you can't actually reach these muscles through touch very easily because it's all this is in the way.
All my fat is in the way.
Well, no, it's this muscle. You see, all of this is in the way, so you can't get to this because you'd have to go right through the tissue. You have to peel all that muscle off. So to deal with this chappy here, I'd like to invite you to stroke your cat. Now, your pink panther is very nice because, of course, it's a pink panther, not a great big, dangerous black panther. And feel the softness of that fur. And remember, this is the muscle across. So you're coming from the sternum and you're going right across and over your shoulder. And let it come down. As if you're taking whatever is stuck in there. The image that I got was, it's like sticky and gooey, and you want it to be coming flowing. Or maybe you were saying about it being sort of
fluid
bits and pieces, and you're wanting fluid. So I'm thinking like pebbles in a stream. The boulders move in chunks and the water flows. So we want to clear whatever pebbles we've got in here. And we just want the water to flow. And then you take a pause. Notice how that feels. And then if you need a bit more.
Feels so much warmer and less angry.
So if it's less angry, it's more what?
Comfortable.
More comfortable. Okay. And what's the positive opposite of anger?
Joyful, I guess.
Joyful. Okay. And what would spreading joy into your, effectively your chest, feel like?
Relief.
Relief. Okay. So just take a moment to let your shoulders hang, to let your elbows hang, to feel the weight of your elbows as they enable your shoulders to come away from your ears. And feel that relief. And when you feel,
I just had a grind. I just heard a grind inside me.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I was going to say, and when you feel full of joy, what image would represent feeling full of joy?
What comes to mind is jumping, dancing, twirling in the sun in a field.
Okay.
Bright, sunshiny, with arms just outspread and happy and bouncing and yeah.
How about that? You just done it.
Yeah.
You're just full of joy. There you go. Look.
Like that. That's part of joy.
Just like that. You can find your joy. Just
like that.
Yeah, there you go. So when you want to ease your shoulder, find your joy. And now how does it feel to bring your shoulders up to your ears and then let them hang?
Much less stiff. It's just so much easier.
And I'm noticing that you're not scrunching up your face as you're doing that.
Yeah, the pain. Yeah.
What pain?
It's not a factor. Exactly.
Okay. So what's there instead?
Ease. Ease and comfort and joy.
Enjoy. So enjoy the ease and that softness and feeling like a pink panther, basking and dancing in the sun, because you can do that when you're a pink panther. You can do anything you want.
Cool. Cool.
And you can come back to this anytime you want. You can just remember this feeling driving down the road going, yeah, how would it feel to be a pink panther driving down the road? Being able to twirl and let go and feel soft and let my wings spread out whilst you're driving, because you only need to reproduce it in your mind and it'll be there. This feeling will just come back. Just like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome. Thank you for playing along with me. These are my curiosises, because they're not exercises as you do. I need to do 10 of these. They're about being curious as to what's going on in our body. What's it telling us? So when you think back to what your shoulders mean and that feeling of pressure that you had, what does that feel like now?
Oh, so it's much lighter. The pressure is not there. No, don't feel the pressure.
You don't feel the pressure. Okay. And does that mean you're going to be able to make?
I have a decision.
You already have a decision.
Have a decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not only did we resolve the pain, we resolved the cause of the pain, which was about making a decision about the pressure. Yeah. Hey ho, how clever was that?
That's amazing. That's amazing. I like this spread of my wings.
Good. I'm glad you like that spread of your wings.
Thank you for helping me to have it back again.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure playing, exploring, having fun, seeing what comes up. It's your feedback, it's your answers that enable me to come up with an image that feels right. It's your pink panther, not mine.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad you think it's awesome.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Because I have this, it's a tool in my toolbox now.
It is. Exactly. I don't have to be there to provide it for you anymore. You don't need the massage therapist to go in there and dig and rub and scrub. But yeah, it's nice. But they're not going to be there when you're driving down the motorway and going, or the freeway and going, oh God, the shoulder's aching. But your Pink Panther will be.
Yes.
Sitting right there going, oh yeah, look at me. I can do this.
Yeah, and I'm ready to spread my wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.